Hey, good morning. It is Sunday and it is bright and it is 3 degrees. I'm gonna be staying inside and cozy because I hate the cold weather. I've always been in the 80s, 90s type temperature guy. I love when it's hot and humid. Some days I wonder why I stayed in Minnesota. But like I say, it has beautiful spring, summer, and fall. It's just gorgeous with all the hiking trails, the waterfalls, all the lakes. It's just beautiful and it's worth staying in Minnesota. That being said, I've talked to you about the Roosevelt High School, how ICE agents chased down a guy of 5 mile from South Minneapolis to Minneapolis, I believe, because a guy rammed his vehicle into ICE agent vehicles, and then the pursuit happened. That happened to end in Roosevelt High School. And so I feel like with this title, right, of this article, of this post, Minneapolis schools shut down for 2 days in wake of ICE clashes, fatal shooting after 37-year-old woman shot dead, and so forth and so forth. They're not really talking about, the article should be ICE agents chase perp 5 mile radius ending in Roosevelt High School. Students, teachers antagonizing or blocking from the arrest. Something like that makes sense. This makes it like ICE agents are clashing with students and teachers, and they're there to arrest them. We have to be very careful. And the thing is, most people don't realize why ICE agents were there. And like I said, I did a video of this already. It'll just be nice to kind of hear other point of view. But I literally just Googled why were ICE agents at Roosevelt High School. It's a very good question to ask. Why were they there in the first place? It's the number one question we all should be asking, right? I've looked, like in my last video, I've looked many of articles trying to find why they were there, but I just end up had to Google. Simple Google. You can put why or how did they end up in Roosevelt High School, right? You could easily Roosevelt. You could easily just Google, search that, and it'll pop up on the first thing. I'm just angry more so that news isn't really coming out as much as they should be. They're more concentrating on ICE clashing with the students and teachers, Well, let's go ahead and play and see what's going on.
That's great. That's lovely. That's definitely helping our country.
Why are there so many ICE clashes in Minnesota?
I don't know. This is all on the same day.
It's because of the protesters.
All right.
They're causing all this clashes.
An official from Roosevelt High School in Minneapolis told NPR News that armed U.S. Border Patrol goons came onto school property during dismissal Wednesday and began tackling people. They handcuffed 2 staff members and released chemical weapons on
the word goon.
Now, I had some teachers in high school that I wish someone...
Do they really need to use the word goon? I think it's horrible. Officials from Roosevelt High School in Minneapolis told the news Border Patrol agents came onto school property during dismissal. Why add the word goons? It's antagonizing the readers. It's making people angry to want to go out and protest. That's why they did do it.
Released chemical weapons on. I'll be honest with you. But other than that, this is not good. Here's a video.
This guy. See that? Throws Did you see that?
These are high school kids.
What's that? That guy threw an ice or snowball at the ice agent. That agent fires right back at him. You attack an ICE agent, they will fight back. And this guy doesn't understand what's going on. Is he even looking at the video? Is he looking at what I'm actually looking at? I'm breaking down the video. I can clearly see students attacking ICE agents. That's the article should be. Students attack ICE agents. Teachers do nothing.
These are high school kids.
Not anymore. The moment they attack ICE agents, they're no longer high school students. They are adults, and they will be prosecuted federally for attacking ICE agents.
Is this de-escalation?
How can ICE de-escalate this? They're there to apprehend a criminal who rammed them 5 miles down the street that happened to end at the school. The teachers need to tell students to get back inside the school to de-escalate this. ICE attack students because students attack ICE. We saw that. How is this idiot not seeing what I am seeing, what you should be seeing?
That was a grenade!
See this? Teacher, student, and agent bickering. The student, she needs to be way up. This person is just doing recording. Watch this teacher right here, the staff member. She literally says, do not antagonize them. She's the only person in this whole entire video that I've seen that made sense. She should get rewarded. Everybody, all the teachers and staff should follow her example. I give props to that staff member. See, there's not a staff member, just holding phones, walking around, recording. How are you not seeing this? The school was in the wrong 110%. Not the federal agents. Look at
I can't
that.
imagine trying to go to school and dealing with this. I mean, there was stuff that happened when I was in high school. Columbine happened when I was in high school, things like that.
I understand.
Talking nonsense here.
What is that?
Here, this whole thing, by the way, obviously is kicked off to distract from, as Dan Bongino would say, a certain Middle Eastern country. Right?
I know where you're going with
That's
this.
obviously what it is, because
Go back to the videos here.
The first thing I see is Sixer.
Did you see that?
Saying,
you ain't gonna do nothing.
I hear what you're saying.
Scenes at Roosevelt High School, a few miles away.
Look at that. Throwing ice, snow ICE vehicles, students, or staff members. Is this what we tell our kids? If you see something, you attack? Parents, I hope parents see this video and sit down and ask their kids, what did you do and were you involved in this? And explain how everything in this video was wrong. But it's in Minneapolis, so I'm sure those parents would be praising their kids for throwing ice, attacking ice, interfering with ice.
The first thing I see is 6 or 7 or 8 SUVs parked in the street, people in, military fatigues essentially, and masks. There were
teachers yelling, turn around. He should be gathering all the students and pushing them back into school to keep them safe. Safety in the staff's mind does not exist. Staff and teachers are not thinking about safety of the students at that moment. None of them are, except that one teacher that's trying to get people in the school to tell them to get back. Only one teacher was right in this whole entire video.
lots of yelling, whistling.
Where did they get the whistle from? Do they just carry them in their backpacks?
It was really chaotic.
It was around 3:30.
Were they pushing? I just don't get that. Pushing people to the ground, kicking them in the face.
I get it. You're throwing shit. You're up against ICE's face. I would push back too if you get too close.
And I get what you're saying, Kurt, earlier, what you just said, like that a lot of that woke
Stupid guy
stuff really turned
Yo,
people
I want
off.
to see wokies get their heads kicked in. I want to see that now. Because
Yeah.
12 years where they fucked up Marvel movies.
Exactly.
I want to see their heads kicked in.
Exactly.
Get it?
When you act like that, when you ostracize people, when you push people away, when you condemn them, when you shame them for a decade, yeah, then people get mad. They go listen to Nick Fuentes.
Useless talking here. Let's continue on.
A member came in and informed us within about 5 or 10 minutes of that meeting.
But a situation every time they need to.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. This stuff I do think is orchestrated and to divide people.
PM. Classes had been dismissed and students were trickling out of school.
We were in a staff meeting talking about the shooting that happened earlier in the day. Another staff member came in and informed us within about 5 or 10 minutes of that meeting starting that the agents were outside.
Teacher Nick Wilson ran out and started filming on his phone.
That teacher, Nick Wilson, was literally talking about how there was a shooting, ICE agents killing a woman, and the moment he sees the ICE agents outside, he goes outside and records. He literally hears there was a killing that happened a few hours ago. So when me as a teacher, if I hear, oh, there's ICE just killed a woman a few hours ago, and all of a sudden I see ICE agents outside the school, I would lock down all the doors. I will keep the students inside. If the students are outside, I'll push them back inside, saying, "Get back! It's dangerous." Whatever, to make sure all the students are safe. But no, he goes out and starts recording. This is by far the worst thing I've seen. I thought this was bad, from the reading I've read, But seeing the video, seeing this guy being interviewed, seeing his side of the story, like literally hearing what he's saying and what he did. Yeah. He's literally putting all the students in danger. He should be fired.
One student said she fled the scene after seeing agents emerging from their cars.
We see them tackle teachers on the floor, and that's when I was like, oh my god. I ran because I was scared for my life.
In a statement to the New York Times, the Department of Homeland Security said agents were chasing a U.S. citizen who they said had rammed his vehicle into a government vehicle
Yes.
before driving and stopping in a school zone.
Yes.
So that's what.
DHS said that it was not targeting the school.
Wait, did he just realize that moments ago? Doing this video, he just realized that? Oh, that's why they were there.
Its students or its staff.
It wasn't targeting the school. It was just pushing people and tackling them and kneeing them in the face and spraying crap.
Get
in
the
their
hell out of
face.
my way while I get this illegal. Why are they in the way?
No! They were there to apprehend the criminals. The students and teachers were coming out attacking the agents. They were defending themselves. Ice was thrown. Clearly, you've seen that. Or snow. Snowballs. And he's laughing
Yeah,
about
I
it.
don't
Why
understand.
is the thing that at all?
What you know what I don't understand is like a lot of people on the right, especially, are very anti-government, anti-federal government. Yet they're simping for ICE. You know, they're like defending ICE.
Well,
like,
I'm
oh,
not,
How can we not defend them? They're there to arrest a criminal. Students, teachers are attacking them. ICE did not show up to the school and start attacking the students and teachers. How can I defend the school, the teachers, and the staff? They should have been running inside the school, locking down the doors, securing it, and waiting for instruction from the police department saying it is safe to come back out. It is safe to go home. That's what should have happened.
against the agency of ICE because we have a border that has to be enforced.
sure,
I don't
but
get
tear gassing high school kids is not keeping people out of the.
Tear gas. We saw it in an earlier video. That student threw a snowball at the ICE agent. Students, teachers, gathering up against the ICE agents, pushing them back. They think this is a game. Teachers were not the adults that moment. They were being kids with kids.
Country.
But wait a minute. They tear gassed them because high school kids were trying to keep them from grabbing whoever it was. Is that correct or wrong?
It looked like total anarchy there. I have no
There's
idea.
no way
You
that
can't
they
even-
showed up to start tear gassing the school.
No,
Just look at that video.
I think they were chasing someone down.
You think?
For some reason, they ended up at the high school.
For some
and then it
reason.
sounded like teachers got involved, and then kids are out there screaming, and then it's
Yeah, but
total
these
anarchy.
kids, the illegals are who are going to make it so you have no jobs, you dipshits. So this is a bunch of people been trained to throw themselves in front of they have no mercy for people from this country. They hate them. Right? These kids hate them. That's why they're happy if Ashley Babbitt gets shot in her fucking face. That's why they're happy about
Well,
it.
yeah, there's
Or
people
Charlie
like
Kirk
that, too.
doesn't
There's
think
people-
women have cocks, so I'm glad he's dead.
Yeah,
That's what this
there's
bullshit
that
is,
too.
right?
There's that too.
So-
Yes.
Everybody has. I can't tell you how many years.
Let's continue on with the story.
An educator was detained by federal agents and has since been released.
It made me not want to come back to school no more because it's so terrifying. Oh yeah, that's how I feel.
If you're terrified, then why do you not run back into the school?
Are you from here?
Minneapolis Public Schools told the Times the incident is currently under investigation and that all NPS schools are closed until Monday out of an abundance of caution.
I'm still kind of in shock that that was something that happened at this place. I'm called home for.
I'm in shock that you went out and recorded instead of staying inside the building. You literally saw agents outside after hearing the death of Renee Good. And you literally left the building to record. You should have locked down the school.
Last 14, 15 years of my life.
So I don't see how having violent altercations at high schools in America is really helping our immigration crisis, but maybe I'm crazy.
You don't see him moving that well for a shooting, do you? I'm thinking of Uvalde where the cops...
I don't like their comments. Anything else? I don't think they're really saying much. I don't think they're saying much. This video did an amazing job to prove that the ICE agents were not the agitators. It's like that across the entire Minneapolis-St. Paul, right? They were there to do a job, which was to apprehend the white guy who rammed his vehicle against the ICE agents' vehicles that ended up in a chase 5 miles down the street that ended at the high school. Okay? Students, teachers, and he even said that, came out and started agitating the ICE agents. You saw in the video that they threw ice, snowballs at the vehicles and at the agents. They were getting up with phones, recording. This is a great example for all schools of what not to do. They should have locked down that school because we don't know who that guy is, if he is dangerous to society. Because he literally rammed his vehicle into ICE agents. My question is who he was and what is his rap sheet. Because if he's willing to ram his vehicle into ICE agents, I think there may be more to his criminality, right? And he's on the school grounds. We don't know his background. That school should have been on lockdown. What happened if he ran into the school and caused harm to one of the students? Because the students, the teachers did not do a full lockdown of the school and waited until a police officer or someone said that it is safe to exit, it's safe to leave. This is by far the worst situation a school could have been in. I'm glad no one was hurt. But it could have been much, much worse. And I think the school, the principal, the school board will need to review the video and decide a better response if this should ever happen again. Because this was very poorly responded school because we don't know who that guy they were chasing. And he was on the school ground. The staff, the teachers, have to do a better job of protecting the students. Only one staff member, that I saw that made sense. She should be leading on what to do if something like this happens. Because clearly she knew what she needed to do was get students back inside the building. Unfortunately, it was unsuccessful. Anyway, thanks for listening. My name is Ross Nova, shooting forward, brighter, bolder, for a better tomorrow. Thanks.